Hey folks, here we are again. I'm just going to kind of walk through what you can be working on today. And then just to let you know as well, tomorrow I'm not going to be in class because I have a conference that I'm attending and flying out for. And it was booked months ago, so it's just really crappy timing. Okay, so for today, you should be finishing up the computational artifact. So I'm walking through the timeline here. You should mark the checklist on page 3 of the survival guide. So the survival guide here is where you have all of your research information. And the checklists just allow you to kind of do a final, hey, did I do everything I'm supposed to do? So do you have the name of the innovation? Are you showing the purpose? Are you showing the function? Is it mostly non-text? Check the file size, blah, blah, blah. And then what you'll want to do, it says evaluate using rubric row 1. So I'm going to go over to content library, PTs, scoring, and I'm going to look up here at row 1. And it says the computational artifact identifies the computing innovation and provides an illustration, representation, or explanation. The written response can be used to aid the understanding of how the computation illustrates blah, 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 blah. Okay, so do not award a point if any of the following is true. So you can read through these. And then some of the scoring notes needs to be something created by you. Computing innovation is innovation that includes a computer or program code as an integral part of its functionality. So as long as you have those things in order, then over here on your timeline, where it says row 1 here, you can give yourself a 1 for the score. And so that is the computational artifact piece. Then it says written response for 2A. So I'm going to go over to my response template, and some of you have already started working on this, so kudos to you for that. Okay, so here's my template. You might even look at the survival guide first if you want to. So I'll pull that up, and here we are, 2A. Provide information on your computing innovation and computational artifact. You have to name it, you have to describe its intended purpose and function, and then kind of describe what your artifact is actually showing. This is really short, 100 words, so you got to be short and to the point. They even say here you could even use a bulleted list as your written response, and that would still be fine. One big thing, and I've talked to you guys about this before, purpose and function are not the same. It says the purpose is the goal or objective that the innovation is designed to accomplish, and the function is how it accomplishes the purpose. Okay, so Instagram, for instance, goal is to connect people through pictures, right? So that's its overall purpose. The function is how it's actually done through the computing. So people post pictures, and then other people who follow those people can like them, and data is kept through all of this. And so then it's talking about how does it consume the data, transform the data, produce data, that sort of thing. So you definitely want to be careful about differentiating between purpose and function. Your computational artifact should speak to and clarify the purpose of or function in some way, preferably with diagrams. This written response should explain how your artifact goes about this. You're really just saying like, hey, these are the pieces of my artifact, and this is how they show the purpose or how they show the function. Okay, so if I go now to the written response template, so here we are. You're going to go here, and this is where you're going to put in 2A here. So this just has the brief bulleted list, and so that's where you're going to put your prompt for 2A. Once you're finished with that, again, just double check, read through the survival guide, checklist, and see where you're at with things. So again, way up here, 2A. So there's the checklist right there. Remember, you're still going to include any sort of in-text or inline text citations. So anything that you're talking about that maybe you've referenced in other written responses. You want to make sure you do the inline citations. Make sure that you're not just repeating information that you say in your other written responses. They really don't want you to be doing that. Okay. All right, and then tomorrow, again, since I won't be here, it's really just review, cleanup, touch-up time. So you're just kind of going through these things. So complete 2E, the references. So some of you, again, have already been doing that based on, let's see, here's the template, based on the references you've been making. Oh, it won't open for me. Okay. So down here, in 2E, you're just gonna make a list here. So as per our previous assignments, you're gonna put the numbers in the list, and then those numbers should correspond to your in-text citations in your written responses. So you'll want to complete 2E, then you're going to do 2B, and 2B is just really their way of checking to see if you made your computational artifact yourself. So it says describe your development process, identifying the computing tools and techniques you use to create your artifact. So you could simply say things like, I found images online that represented blah, 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 and then I pasted these images into Word and so on and so forth. If we look at the checklist for that response, 2B, so describe the tool you used. So you used a web browser to find images, and then maybe you used Word or OneNote or PowerPoint. Just kind of describe the steps you did, mention if it's a new artifact or combining artifacts. I don't know what that's getting at. And then this is where too you're also going to need to include the links. It says cite sources for artifacts used, but I think you can put those in 2E. We can look at some of the sample responses to see. This is not scored. Oh, it says it right here. Note, this response is not scored, but you can use this section to cite any sources used in the creation of your computational artifact. Okay, perfect. So here in 2B is where you're going to put the links that I showed you how to copy for all of your images. All right, and then you're just going to kind of go back through 2A, 2C, 2D and make sure you have what you need there. And then mark the checklist on page 4 on top of page 5 on the survival guide. So here's page 4. Response checklist, right? So you're just going through the checklist. And then do an evaluation using rubric row 8. So just for the purpose of self-evaluation, to make sure that you are hitting all the marks here, let's go to, I really just should have put all of these in the same folder, but I thought this would be easier. I don't think it is. All right, row 8, blah, blah. Okay, so this says response to E and artifact written response, so that's 2A. It says references through in-text citation at least 3 different sources. Okay, so not a whole lot to look for there. The in-text citations may be oral or in the computational artifact. That's interesting. Okay, in-text citations may be provided in any way that acknowledges the source. So you could say according to blah, 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 or giving the numbered list as I showed you. And so then over here, you're just going to give yourself a score of 0 or 1. I'm assuming all of you will have a 1. And then basically after break, we should be ready to get the finishing touches and submit it all to College Board. So just for the purpose of, don't say, okay. Purpose of some additional referencing here, I just want to show you in your folder, there's all these examples here. So 2A, just as a reminder, I showed you some of these from before, just so that you can see what the artifact looked like, but then also you can see what this response that's written here is response 2A. So this is the computational artifact, and then this is written response 2A. And so you can see it's pretty brief. It's pretty brief paragraphs. This one doesn't have anything written because it sounds like maybe they did with the video, they had narration. Okay, so you can always look back to these and see how people are constructing their responses. Keep looking at the survival guide checklist, double check the scoring rubric, and kind of just look at things as you go. Now, when you finish your computational artifact, I would prefer that it go on the same page as the template here. So explore PT template, and I should say, and computational artifact. And computational artifact. So I would just put it here. Some of you made a separate page here for it, and that's fine too. All right, so that's it. Enjoy and have a lovely break. Bye-bye.